have two separate meetings with moderates and progressives today.
Yep.
Is this White House confident that it will reach a deal on reconciliation by Democratic leadership's self-imposed October 31st deadline?
That's not a deadline that we have proposed. The timeline for that is the surface transportation bill expiring, which is, of course, important, something we need to renew and save the jobs of thousands of employees who could be furloughed. But what our effort is and our focus is on is continuing to make progress. And we are getting closer to an agreement on a path forward to deliver for the American people. The president believes in the value of meeting face to face, hence the meetings today and his full day of meetings today. And we believe his view of the urgency here is reflected in the views of a lot of these members he's meeting with as well.
I hear you saying essentially that it's unlikely that you will reach, and I understand it's not your deadline, but still it's a deadline set by Democratic leadership. I hear you indicating it's unlikely you'll.
That's not what I'm not. That's actually not what I'm indicating. I'm indicating that we're continuing to make progress. We're getting close to the final stages here. We're working to get agreement on a path forward. We're making progress on that. I'm not going to set new deadlines. I understand why you guys want them. They're not particularly constructive otherwise.
Let me ask you about what Senator Manchin said. He said, "I don't know how that would happen." He went further than you are going. How can the president press for urgency in these talks when one of the top negotiators clearly doesn't think that this is imminent, a deal?
I think the president's view, which is shared by the vast majority of the Democratic caucus, is that he proposed these plans months ago. We've had months to discuss, consider, debate, litigate the nitty-gritty details. We're continuing to do that today, and it will come time soon to move forward and deliver for the American people. And that's something that the vast majority of the caucus agrees on.
Let me just ask you about the child tax credit, because there's been some discussion, a push by moderates for those tax credits to be limited to families making less than $60,000. Would the president agree to a final deal that only applied to those, that didn't apply to those making less than $60,000? And what would you say to families who say they just miss the cut and they need those benefits?
Well, there's a lot of proposals that are out there. I'm not going to speak to every single one of them. We're going to look at a final package. The president proposed an extension of the child tax credit. He has also supported, at times, as you know, income caps for a range of his proposals, including the child tax credit. But again, I'm not going to speak to individual proposals at this point in time.
I ask you about Haiti,
Yeah.
Jen, quickly.